If you take arrogance and cockiness as signs of an alpha male, this video deserves your full attention. They are not characteristics of an alpha male and are actually low-status behaviors. Here are a few reasons. For simplicity's sake, let's divide everyone into 3 groups: alphas, betas, and gammas. In a social hierarchy, the alpha is at the top. Alphas are socially dominant, and this is undisputed. All eyes are on them as soon as they enter the room. Therefore, they don't have to spend time trying to prove their high status to everyone. The most dominant people are often the quietest. Would a mafia don get into people's faces and brag to them? Of course not. A mafia don knows his control is unquestioned. The same applies to other alphas, such as James Bond. It's hard for me to imagine him going up to others at a casino and bragging about his car or his job. Occasionally, James Bond does engage in aggressive behavior toward his nemesis, but this is to provoke them into revealing their true positions. Alphas are never required to raise their voices. It is the trait of alpha to have a quiet confidence, the confidence of someone like Magic Johnson, Sylvester Stallone, or Arnold Schwarzenegger. This comes from being at the very top of their respective worlds. Below the alphas are betas. Their social dominance is unproven, so they must constantly demonstrate their status, including aggressive and arrogant behavior. As a result of their insecure status, they attempt to prove themselves by bragging about how much they lift or how sweet their car is or how many sexual conquests they have made. In other words, they are trying to establish a position of dominance. An aggressive frat boy comes to mind. Through this behavior, he is trying to become an alpha. Betas are characterized by their loud, status-seeking behavior, which can be quite annoying to others. As betas improve their status and aging alphas die off, future alphas will emerge. The Godfather's Sonny Corleone best epitomizes the beta. He was a young up-and-coming underboss who was loud, hostile, and combative. His father was much quieter and knew his dominance was unquestionable, and his brother, Michael, assumed a quiet charisma once he became the boss. The gammas are at the base of the pyramid. Their low social status means they cannot afford to engage in overt status-seeking behavior because any such actions would backfire. In prehistoric times, when people lived in groups or tribes, and in some societies even today, someone at the bottom could die trying to gain status. People at the bottom of a more civilized society would laugh at someone's attempt at status-seeking. Similarly, gammas are quiet because their position makes status-seeking behavior a bad idea, while the alphas are quiet because their dominance is unquestionable. Gamma may make efforts to quietly improve his status if he is not satisfied with his current position. An example of a gamma in today's society might be a quiet, nerdy guy with a knack for science or software. Gammas may have been bullied physically or emotionally by betas at school. The frustration reaches a point at which the gamma decides it's over and tosses off its gamma mantle for good. Men may do this by building muscle to appear more physically dominant, and eventually, they may migrate into the beta category. Let's get back to what an alpha is. A person who is at the top of their world is an alpha. In Michael Jordan's case, it's basketball. It's politics for Donald Trump. It is film for Al Pacino and Sean Connery. It is business for Steve Jobs and Jack Welch. There are also fictional alphas, such as Don Draper. He was a master of advertising, whose advice corporate titans sought eagerly. The sources of their confidence are them being extremely good at something, as well as experiencing success and setbacks. Clinton lost the Arkansas governor's race. John Scully and the board of directors dethroned Steve Jobs from Apple in 1985, and Michael Jordan didn't make varsity in his high school basketball team. Each decided to improve their performance as a result of changing course. In order to make the team, Michael Jordan resolved to practice more than any of his teammates. However, what about guys who want to go from being timid and shy to basically being an alpha male James Bond? Make these mistakes. Put your friends and family through hell with your rude behavior. You will repel any woman you are interested in with your arrogance. Become known as the guy who is always staring like a creep. If someone challenges or disrespects you, you yell and pound your fists like a maniac. You will eventually learn that there is only one way to become a true alpha male. You need to work in a position that naturally turns you into an alpha male. The ability to lead thousands of people, make a lot of money, or produce the best product. When you strive for mastery, you will know the real quiet confidence of a true alpha male, as opposed to the brash cocky swagger of a lesser male. Aim for mastery in what you do. Resolve to do well, really well. Money, success, glory, admiration from your superiors, and envy from your enemies will flow from that. To achieve your best, or to strive to attain your best, is not wrong. In fact, it may even be regarded as a necessity for human well-being.